and I'm actively looking for a job.
Oh, very nice. I think you came to right place. At least we will give you some guidance. So let's uh, wait for a few minutes before we start discussing about it. Let's
Yes, sir.
see who else is here. Uh, Hello, Vibhuti ji. How are you?
Good, Amarnath sir. How are you, sir?
Okay, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
I see Anil Kate.
Today, a lot of new member has joined.
Yeah. Hi, Anil. Would you please introduce yourself?
Rajiv sir, good evening.
Hello. Hey, good evening.
Namaste.
Hello, Rajesh sir.
Hey.
Hello, Anil Kate. Could you please introduce yourself? That is the first thing we ask for new people who come to this forum every Saturday and Sunday. So, okay,
Hello.
yeah, go ahead.
Hello, I'm audible?
Yes,
Yes.
you are.
Yes. I am Aniket Godmare. I joined this meeting by means Vishal, my friend, referred me. Uh, he told me that in this meeting we discussing about SAP. I'm learning
Yes, sir.
SAP means new to SAP. I want to explore the SAP. That's why I joined.
Okay.
All right. You came to the right place, and Rajiv ji is our in-house expert on SAP and placement. He basically runs this meeting for new graduates like you and who else has joined? Couple of other people. Mr. Singh has joined. So welcome you all first, and Rajiv ji to you. We have a couple of new graduating students. So uh, all yours now.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Amarnath ji. Yeah. So welcome everyone. And then yes. So Aniket, in your case, right? Like you are learning SAP. So any specific modules you are looking for, or what? Like yeah, because you know the SAP is like ocean, right? There are multiple modules. So what is your background?
Yes, I am learning SAP ABAP because I am working in front-end development like JavaScript. I working on
Mm-hmm.
for 2 years. Now I am interested in learning SAP ABAP.
Okay, that's good. So for others, right? Like ABAP is a language, right? Which SAP is built on. Okay, that's good. Yeah, Syam Singh ji, can you
Hello, sir.
connect it?
Hello.
Yep, we can hear you.
Yes, sir. I'm a recent graduate in AIML, Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning, and I'm actively looking for the jobs. I have done two internships, one in the field of machine learning and another as a data science intern at Cellevel Technology. And have done my project in stock market prediction using RNN LSTM model. So I'm open for the IT job role. That's why I have joined here.
Wow, predicting stock market using AI, that's a great thing. So what is your prediction, right? Like what that AI does that? Like what is like are you looking for any specific stock
Yes,
based
sir.
on technical analysis or how do you predict? Like technical analysis maybe?
No, sir. It was all about. It was just a basic project using the previous data of the Reliance and the TCS from NAC, and after that, we had extracted the data set of using the API, and after that, we had used the time series forecasting that at what amount of the time it will predict that what will be the highest price at tomorrow and it will highest and the lowest value based on the previous data.
Okay, so the same model can be applied for any specific stock too, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because you have that history, you have like all the data, right? You have the technical analysis. That's a great thing. Yeah.
Yes.
So do you want to stick to that particular domain?
No, sir. I'm open for the new jobs because as of AIML rules for freshers is limited. So it's hard nuts to crack. So I'm actively looking for the other jobs opportunity also.
No, that's great, right? So, even in SAP, do you know about SAP?
No, sir. I'm new to it, so I have
New.
joined this.
Okay, no, that's perfect. Like SAP is ERP package, right? It's a ERP system. It's a market leader, and then I'll say 70% of all Fortune 500 companies, right? They run on SAP.
So,
Okay, and I have heard like a news. Like Zoho is also coming up with a new ERP system. Have you heard about like anybody?
no, sir.
It will be India's first ERP system, right? So that's another opportunity. That will be like a huge, huge
Yes,
opportunity.
sir. And now I am also transferring my account from Gmail to Zoho account.
Uh-huh. That's good. Yeah, that's great. Yeah. And then Zoho is coming up with that. So that will be a totally
Uh,
new
s-
opportunity. Yeah.
and the same thing is most likely getting implemented in Eternal, that is
Yeah.
formerly known as Zomato.
Yeah. But think about it. Like, if you are applying to Zoho ERP, right? Whom they will prefer? If you have ERP background, right? It's obvious, right? So in like SAP is let me dig little bit on SAP. First, let me introduce myself. Like if everybody is introduced, then I can. I think Amit Kumar.
Yeah, hi, sir. Actually, currently, sir, I am in from BEP,
Mhm.
Bihar Educational Project.
Mhm.
Yesterday, I joined also for the kids questions answer with
Okay.
Amarnath sir and Digvesh sir. But sir,
Mhm.
formerly, previously, I have a total 7 plus of experience in different domain. Like
Mhm.
I have a 4 years of experience in Dexon India Private Limited, formerly known as Dices India Private Limited in Chennai, West on. And
Okay.
previously, I worked for PwC
Mhm.
as a project coordinator. So I don't know about the technical things, but I'm from the BTech background. But a little bit, I have knowledge in Power BI and SQL.
Okay.
And now I'm as my project got completed in PwC with agriculture department in Bihar, and
Mhm.
now I shifted to education department uh,
Okay.
with a company named Globus IT India Private Limited based in Hyderabad.
Mhm.
And I have a project with education department. So in Bihar, uh, DE office, district education office, I'm working for, and I receive this link to join regarding this technical things. So I am here, sir.
Mhm. Okay. No, that's great. Yeah. And then whom I am missing? Anybody else who has not yet introduced? I think I know everybody then. Perfect. So let me introduce myself. Right, my name is Rajiv Jha. I live in Houston, Texas, in US. And then I started my SAP career in 2001, just after finishing my MBA. And since then, I'm here. Right? I worked for a big consulting firm, Bearing Point, Accenture, Capgemini. I started my career with Wipro after campus, like I was hired from campus. And for last 1.5 years, I started my own consulting firm, specifically in sustainability area, SAP sustainability. Okay. So SAP is not kind of like you do not have to be a technical person, right, to be SAP consultant. So let's keep that way, right? So for me, I don't know any coding. My last coding was in Java in 2000 word. Yeah, 2000, and then my coding was hello world. That's all. Nothing like that. So that's how you write, right? When you start coding, that's the first thing you write. That was my first and last. But yeah, so you do not have to be in like technical background. On it's not like you have to be engineer or compete in a specific area. You can, of course, you can think like you can be successful for later on, but yes, for initiating your career, you will not have to be a computer engineer or any specific degree. You can be uh, BSc chemistry like me. I did my BSc chemistry from Bhagalpur University, so I don't have engineering background. I did like MBA, but it was not like kind of IM or anything. But yeah, so this particular SAP, this platform made a career for like millions of people. Okay, and the reason is SAP, this particular software is used by like almost all companies, Fortune 500 companies, right? So let me share my screen and I'll tell you about a little bit background of SAP, right? I know people already know about SAP, but let me see. So you can go to sap.com, right? SAP is kind of see when it started, it was systems application products in data processing. That was like a huge name, right? And this was a kind of a project started by Toyota in 1969, at that kind of time. The project was given to IBM. Okay, so they wanted to do a new kind of system, that ERP. What do you know? Anybody? Can you explain what is ERP? Anybody? Now, how did it come? So ERP is Enterprise Resource Planning. Okay, and it came upon for MRP. Do you know about anybody MRP? Whoever has a business or any background MRP. So it evolved from MRP.
So maximum,
MRP. Yeah.
So maximum retail price.
No,
no.
no. MRP is material. Yeah, the MRP is also like max retail price, but that's for like selling purpose, right? But that's called for a product.
Okay.
MRP is materials requirement planning, right? And there is a concept called JIT, just in time, right? These things are like, if you're in from manufacturing industry, right, you will know this, what is MRP, materials requirement planning. Let's say if you are making, it started from all these things, started from Toyota, and then GIT concept started from GE, General Electric, like all these big companies. Let's see, because see, if you are a manufacturing company of, let's say, car manufacturer, right? So there will be so many components, right? Thousands of components, and then you have to manage those, right? Like you cannot manufacture everything. Let's say if you are Toyota, like any car manufacturing company, they just manufacture engine, that's all. They don't make tires, they don't make in that body part, or they are not like a steel manufacturing company, right? So the whole value chain which you are getting is from different vendors. And then it's not like you will keep everything and then you will buy and store it, right, in your warehouse. If you do that, then what will happen, right? You are blocking a lot of money into that, right? So obvious, you cannot buy everything and keep in your store. So that concept came like materials requirement planning. How will you maintain, like how will you keep that inventory, and then you need these things just in time when you need this, like all these like thousands of parts, right? All those screws, bolts, everything, right? You cannot keep and buy it. So then it came like materials requirement planning. It started, that concept started, and then that's how they created some kind of software also for materials requirement plan. When you need it, you get it, right? And then from here it evolved like ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning. Basically, let's say this is for one specific area, right? It's your supply chain, MRP. But ERP is for your whole company, right? Let's say uh, if you order a laptop, just to give you an example, okay? So what will happen? Let's say if you are ordering something in Amazon. Think about like when Amazon was not there. I think that let's take another product which we had. Laptop is like a kind of new, right? So in 70s or anything, apart from car, let's say, or even take that car example. right? It's for a long time. So there will be a salesperson, like you will go and then call somebody, right? Hey, want to buy car, right? Then what will happen? That salesperson will check where the production team, right, or any factory. Like I'm just giving you example. They will check if that particular thing is available or not, right? And then that particular factory, like whenever you are talking to them, they say it's not available. It will take some time. Okay, it will take like let's say 1 month.
On
Then
the
what?
waiting period.
Yeah, waiting period, right? So kind of like waiting period. Then what will happen? In that waiting period, they will do what? They have an order. Then they will talk to production, let's say procurement team, right, or purchasing team to do what? Buying raw materials, right? And then they will talk to finance people, right? Because you need money to pay to the vendor, right? And then
Yes.
you also money to get from customer. Okay. Let's say another example. If you are, let's say, building a house, a flat, you booked a flat, right? It's not like immediately they will give it to you, right? They will go and then talk to that builder. Builder will buy materials. There will be money. There will be blocking. Right? Like there will be a lot of things. And let's say think about it. The same flat, if you don't have any kind of centralized system, what will happen? That person will not know like if this particular flat is already booked. They're like you need something, right, to manage the whole thing, that you enter one sales order, everybody should be informed. There'll be also, let's say, HR, right? You need some workers, right? You need some labor to work on this. You have to hire your employees, right? And then all those things should be also like for tax. You have to know what is the tax and other things. So all these things came into like that was needed, like kind of centralized system. We are entering some data at one place, and then you don't have to talk to people. Otherwise, what will happen? Everything is manual work. Right? You have to reach out to them. You have to maintain that some kind of file, right? Before such, like I say, now you cannot visualize because now we know that everything is automated. But at that point of time in 70s, where there was no laptop or anything, right? So that time they came up with this need, that the Toyota came up with this need that hey, you need some centralized system. Only your MRP system is not working. MRP is just for managing your inventory, right? Then that need came from to build something kind of ERP. And then Toyota connected with IBM because that was the only company that point of time in 70s, right, who could do this kinds of development. Then IBM started that project. They got a project. After 2 years, Toyota told IBM, do you know what? We don't need this project. Just scrap it. But 5 IBM employees who were working on that particular project said, no, we'll keep continuing on this particular project. IBM told, no, you cannot do that. We are not getting paid from Toyota. Then they left that company and then started this company called SAP in Germany. Okay. So that time it was systems, application, products in data processing. Basically, it was all data processing, right? Like from here to here, like all those data processing. So 5 of these people started this company in 75. It's like interesting story, right? And then yeah, that's all SAP formed. And in this particular ERP market, there are a big two players right now: Oracle and then SAP. There are few other small companies, but all these companies were acquired by Oracle. Like earlier, there was JD Edward, JD, we said JDE. There was PeopleSoft.
Yes, sir. People soft.
Yeah, PeopleSoft. There was also BAN. So all these companies like BAN was acquired by JD Edwards. JD Edwards was acquired by PeopleSoft, and PeopleSoft was acquired by Oracle. So everything is Oracle. So these things at that point of time, I think, let's say 15, 20 years ago, right? All these companies had 10% of market share. 10%, 10%. But when these companies were acquired by the other companies, they lost the trust. Like then all these things came into SAP. Then
Rajeevjee, I would like to interject for a couple of
sure. Uh-huh.
items,
Uh-huh.
since Amit ji is from government.
Uh-huh.
So basically, so right now, what you have seen is basically Rajiv ji has told you that there is an industrial application, right? We are in the industrial revolution, and how we are utilizing it for the companies, private companies, or even for the government-sponsored company. But this is not limited to the use of this is not limited to that. For example, you, Amit ji, you are working for Bihar government right now. I used to be also a Bihar government employee in 79 to 83 in irrigation department. I was engineer there before I came to America. I was working there. And right now our Bihar government is a big mess. We don't have a left hand of the Bihar government doesn't work with right hand. You can see the big fiasco recently happened for the land reform, which government was trying to do the survey and all that. And imagine if the Bihar government, all departments we have, every employee, all departments, everybody is connected to this software, and and then we work correctly. That can be done. That is the opportunity which we are presenting to you, that Bihar government can be run on SAP, and it can be more productive, less expensive.
Yes, sir. We are
For,
on one platform where we can search one, and we go to all
yeah,
the departments
yeah,
related.
you can take leverage of it. I mean, one of the aspect of this one is lean. That's what everything which is talking about JIT and all that is part of what we call it lean engineering. That is the very important aspect which are taught in the school and colleges engineering, that when you make a product, you have to have hierarchy there. That's safety first. After that comes quality, that you have to maintain the quality. And then third part is output. And then the last part is the cost. So basically, when you do design or any product manufacturing, we keep always as an engineer or scientist all these items in our mind. And so the point I was trying to make it that this is not only the industrial application, we can use it for government, we can use for hospital, you can use for a small scale industry, a small factory, even you can use for school and colleges. If the whole is, you have a big university, you can use it for everybody of the university, including students, can be on ERP system. Thank you. Back to you, Rajiv ji.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. Yeah. So see, it started from manufacturing, right? But if you see SAP's reach on like multiple industries, see this agribusiness, chemicals, banking, aerospace, right? Government, consumer products, all industries, right? Mining, retail, everywhere. Okay. So market share of SAP is right now is like over 70%. Beside it, like it's a 76%, but yes, 70% of all Fortune 500 company, you just name it, you will find SAP. SAP's market is huge. On from salary perspective, if you think about from IT, if you are in IT, this is one of the highest paying job, right? Like I'll give you an example. Like if you have 3 years of SAP experience, you can easily expect 20 to 25 lakhs in India. Okay. So when I started like in 2001, like the salary was like huge. Just every year, like 5-6 lakhs will be easily you can get that raise every year. So it's a very stable market for last 30-40 years. Like yes, it's always hot. And then the best thing is you do not have to be a highly technical person to learn SAP. Okay. It's more kind of like business system. Of course, ABAP is the language uh, which we discussed, right? Like, but yes, you can go for different modules, different industries. All right, so you can build your own domain, like whatever you want to build. Even if you are let's say if you do not want to be in SAP, but to learn any business processes in any industry, you can get this help from here. Let's say if you want to learn something agribusiness, right? You can see that what will be the processes, right? Explore agribusiness solutions. You learn in-depth knowledge about this particular scenario, right? See this ready to run ERP, or yeah. And then right now, like there is something called S4 HANA. If you have heard about S4 HANA, it's not new thing now, but it's the last 10 years now. There are two types of SAP solutions. One is cloud, within cloud too, there are like private cloud and public cloud. Public cloud solutions is not super expensive. Okay, it's easy to implement, and then it can be for any SMB, small medium business skills. Okay, private cloud is little expensive, of course not little, it's really expensive, but both are like in cloud solutions. SAP came up this like S4 HANA on cloud. Okay, any question till now? Okay, so we discussed about this ERP, right? These things are like all connecting everything. So these things in SAP became your module. This particular departments, it's in SAP, it's a different module. So for sales, you will see OTC, order to cash. Order to cash. This is like one of the core module. Right? So sales department, order to cash. Purchase, P2P. So if you hear about OTC or SD, sales and distribution, it's the same thing. New name of SD is OTC. MM is procure to pay. Whoever like knows about little bit of SAP, if you know SD and MM, these are like new names. Procure to pay. Okay. Then you have DTS, demand to supply. Earlier name, let's say this is kind of your manufacturing process. This is like demand to supply. Earlier name was PP, production planning. Okay, so all these departments are in SAP. There are different modules. This became different modules. And then there are two types of consultant in SAP. One is functional, right? So whoever is doing this business process mapping, that is your functional consultant, and there is your technical. In technical, so in functional consultant, these all modules will be part of your functional consultant, functional role. You will be expert in one of these particular areas. Okay, you cannot be expert in all areas. Like there is accounting, the most important one. We say it's RTR, record to report, or FI module, FICO. Okay, in technical, there are different roles. One is ABAP development. Okay, one thing is to when you are getting that software, right? Installation software, like installing that software, there are like a development box, quality box, production box, pre-prod or other things, right? So that consultant is known as basis. Basis like is infrastructure. Okay, this is infra. There's also like integration, right? Integration from other systems, right? This is really hot market right now. This is called BTP, business technology platform on top of SAP. So they are like technical model. You cannot be expert in everything, right? So these are the modules which you can choose. Okay, and then there is also security, GRC. So these are your path in SAP, security, GRC. And now the latest one is AI ML. Joule. Any question like to track functional, technical, or any of these. From dollar amount, like for rupees amount, functional consultant make more money in US. Most of these technical jobs are outsourced to India. That we say it's like offshore team. Okay. The reason is functional. Like so, if you are in the US, you should go for functional role. If you are in India, any of these role is fine. Like you can go to functional or technical. But if you're like in US, then technical role is not advisable to go for like technical person. There will be like very few opportunities over here. Okay. In ABAP, if you are looking for development, you'll get an opportunity to work on all different areas. Same thing for all of these technical. Right. So you don't have to be domain expert or the process expert. Okay. So before I go deep dive in this, like any questions or anything, like let's make it more interactive. Like you got some ideas now, right? So now we can discuss like how to be an SAP consultant. Like what do you want to do, right? I'll send you training videos. Let me send where you'll get training videos for all modules, technical, functional. You just name it. Okay, and it's all free available there, like you can just look at those YouTube, and then you'll get ideas, go through like couple of other, like, let's say if you want to be functional consultant, okay, go to that order to cash. Let me find that link first, and then we can discuss like how you can start, like if you are totally new to SAP. Yes, give me 1 minute, it's loading. Just share my screen again. So there is a company called Jaren Tech. Okay. So there are like all modules. It's here. It's a free. Earlier they were charging for these courses. But it's all available now. Okay. So let's say full course SAP S4HANA. If you want to know any of this Vertex is more for tax consultants. If you have finance and tax background, this is the course for you. VMS vehicle management. If you have done your automobile engineering, and if you're working in any car manufacturing company, this is your module. Okay. IBP, if you have a technical background, right, this one you can look for it. Like, yeah, production planning and technical, like you can do that. Build applications, full course on mobile if you want to do something. This is for like technical person. Real estate management, right? All those things are there. So if you are already in job, right, and if you want to switch it, right, if you want, and then you do not want to be SAP consultant, still that will be helpful for you if you write SAP in your resume. And then for you don't have to be SAP expert, just go through this, let's say video, right? Let's say project system, if you are civil engineer, right, and then if you are like it's in construction business or any EPCI, there is a like kind of industry, right? Engineering, procurement, construction industry. We said EPCI. So all EPCI, just name it. They are using this module PS. They are running on SAP PS. Any engineering company, right? Wherever you need to do the project management on developing something, you need that SAP PS module. Okay. FICO, always hot. You'll get like even if you are functional consultant, OTC, P2P, or this FICO, these are the people who will make most of money. But this is not like a generic module. If you are a C or MBA finance or commerce, right? If you have a commerce background, BCom, go for this one. If you are BSc engineers, do not go into this one. Right? This is more kind of you should have accounting background. Okay. So they are like different modules, the way I explained to you, right? So EWM, extended warehouse management. So Vibhuti is like, say for right now in your industry, right? This is really hot. Like if you know EWM or WM, LEWM, any of the in these things, right? This is really helpful. You will not only you will learn that SAP software, but the process, right? What is LE, logistics execution, how it is connected with WM. So this will teach you not only the technical side of it, but also the entire business. So this kind of you are learning business from SAP. Basis is like infrastructure to building that SAP system. This is the course. This is like I will recommend this one for technical person or who has engineering background. ABAP, definitely if you have engineering background, specifically computer science, right? You can go for this one. So you wanted to learn ABAP, right? Somebody told about ABAP. Who was interested in ABAP? Aniketji, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So this is the course for you. Right? So ABAP full
Is
course.
it cover all the topics?
Yes. Yeah. It covers all the topics, and then there are like plenty of topics, plenty of like videos, training videos you will see in ABAP. Okay. If you need any specific, if you need, just see the reason why I'm explaining this to you. So you can go through that first, see like where you are interested, right? What is your background and how it is aligned, right? Because that's super important. What do you want to learn in SAP? Once you find it, then definitely I can help you to get all training materials, getting help to get your SAP system where you can practice. Okay. And then go for
Yes.
certification, SAP certification.
Okay.
Okay. So that will give you edge.
Yes.
Mhm. And then I can also help you for project, right? Like you will apply
Yes.
this knowledge, whatever you are learning, to any project, right? But in India,
Yes.
if you have
Can you
SAP, you
provide
have
can you
no
provide any
background,
project or internship?
or there are like plenty of companies in India. So where do
What?
you live?
Hello.
Where do you live?
Sorry. In
You
India.
where do you live? Like, where are you from? In
In
India.
Maharashtra. India, Maharashtra.
Where in Maharashtra?
Nagpur.
Nagpur. Okay. So there are I know multiple companies in Pune and Mumbai where you have these
Okay.
opportunities.
Okay.
Okay. If you are getting this training and then certification, definitely there is one company which you can talk to them. I can help you. Akit.
Okay. Sure.
Okay, they have a huge requirement of web consultants. Okay, so this S/4HANA implementation.
Yes.
There
Yes.
are like plenty of companies, but yes, I know a couple of companies who are looking for a web consultants.
Okay.
Okay, so getting
Yeah.
it, learning, certification. So you have to create your own path, right? Like uh, you have to create your roadmap, okay, goal setting, right? That when do you want to be in SAP market, right? Let's say, and then do that backward scheduling. Let's say if you want to make a goal that I have to be SAP consultant in ABAP, and then I need some at least 2 or 3 offers by July, right? Then you will do it backward
Yes.
scheduling, right? For July, then you have to create your resume and update it everything, right? and you have to float it by, let's say, May, right? Then you need to do your certifications, learning, training, everything. You have to complete by end of April, right? And then if you have resume right now in naukri.com or anywhere, first thing you have to do is to remove that resume. We'll talk about that. Like, let me explain these modules and then how to approach for job.
Yes.
Yeah. And then, yeah, we'll talk. Let me just complete this one. So ABAP is your thing, right? Like you can go for ABAP, and
Yes.
then any functional line. Let's say in no, like let's say if you explore also order to cash, right? That will be, it will help you to visualize. Okay, what are you doing in ABAP? You are basically helping functional team to fill the gap, right? So what happens? Like SAP is it's a application package. It comes with pre-configured things, right? Where what will happen? What ABAP person does? So what is the role for ABAP? Let's say, and function
To
consultant.
customize the something, to customize the modules or any
Right.
do satisfy the customer needs.
Yeah, absolutely. So what will happen? So there are process, right? There is something called activity management, and there is something called ASAP methodologies. It's a waterfall, right? We know that there are two types of project management methodologies: agile and waterfall. Okay. So what happens in waterfall? We start from project preparation, right? Then what will happen in project preparation? What do you do? It's a high level planning, right? You create your project plan, right? Project governance documents, and then what do you do? Resource planning, right? So those things you do here, and then it comes, like I'm talking about ASAP methodology, waterfall methodology, right? Project preparation. Then what will happen? Next one, business blueprint. This is like whole SAP implementation methodology, right? Business blueprint, like we say BBP, right? And then there are different outcomes also. Okay. So business blueprint, what do? We talk to customer, right? To talk to business stakeholders, right? For that, this is the role of function consultant workshops, right? And then the outcome will be functional design document, right? You create your documents. During this documentations, let's say, it's not like everything will be fulfilled by SAP standard configuration. So what we do to complete this workshop, complete this FDD, functional design documents, we do what we discuss in workshops, as is process. And this is exactly these things will be in your interview. Like what was your role? Okay. So as is process, and then what are you designing in FDD? To be process. Right? So what is right now your as is process is, and then you have to do to be process, like after implementing. Why are you implementing, right? To be process. So you are doing that restructuring, process restructuring, where you have to do that gap analysis. So where is the gap? So let's say in that gap analysis, you find that something is not possible in SAP. And what you do? Then we talk about development objects. Or in SAP, we say RISEF objects. Have you heard about this term?
Yes.
Yeah, so RISEF objects. And then it starts the work of a BAP consultant. RISEF objects, what is RISEF objects? Sometimes you will see that it starts from R and then W is at the end. Sometimes you will see P is also added here, but like mostly these are the things, RISEF objects. So RISEF objects is W is workflow. Okay. R is report.
Report.
Okay. I is interface. Let's see, all these companies have their portal, right, where you can process the sales orders. Right. Let's say customer is processing some sales order, customer or vendor, they don't have SAP, right? They are entering into their system. How the data will come from vendor systems to company system, SAP system, you have to build this interface, right? This will also come all EDIs. Let's say if you are working on, they are on Salesforce, right? So integrating their system or your system, like if you have multiple things, right? You have different CRM package, which is like Salesforce, or you have data, Oracle database. Like how will you connect? That is called interface, integration. Yeah. Then C is the data conversion. So right now you are in different software, right? You have to bring all those data. Let's say if you have 100,000 customers. So Vibhuti, let's say in this your case, right? Like if you're not an SAP, but you are on something, some software, right? So all those data, all your materials, let's say 100,000 materials, customer pricing, all vendors, of your assets, all of your accounting, everything needs to be converted into SAP language, right? Using SAP language, ABAP language, you are doing data conversion, right? So that's what is C means. Right? Data. And then what? E is enhancement. Right? Enhancement is basically some process is there. It's defined in SAP, but that is not fulfilling the business processes. Then you are enhancing your SAP system. That's what the E is, enhancement. And F is forms. So when you are sending something, any communication to your employees, to customer, to vendor, right? Like all, like let's say EDI is what you are saying. Let's say there is some. Have you heard about EDI? EDI, electronic data interchange. EDI 850 is for like procurement. So there are like different forms that could be your printout, right? Which you see. You see email printout, like invoice you are getting in email. That is your uh, F forms. And printouts, fax, email, all EDIs, right? These are like the forms, different forms which you are sending. Okay. So to develop these things, you need a BAP consultant to fulfilling the gap. Okay. So what a BAP consultant will do? So for this one, right? After what functions? See, there are different types of jobs from functional consultant to a BAP consultant. This is like business blueprint, conducting workshops will be functional consultant. Writing FDD, functional design documents, is also functional consultant. The gap analysis, they will identify like which requirement can be fulfilled using SAP standard configuration is functional consultant. They will tell these the things are not required, and then they'll identify RISEF objects. Okay. And then what they will give. So let's say I told, okay, workflow. Hey, ABAP team, can you do workflow for me? So how will you tell them, right? What is the business requirement? Then ABAP team will ask, okay, what is your requirement? Okay. Then functional consultant will write some kind of documentations known as functional specification. Right. So this is the role of functional consultant, right? They will give all these things to ABAP consultant. Then ABAP will write it, right, before doing any programming. So these things are before development, right? Technical specification. So you will design it, right? The way we start, let's say, making building. It's not like we just start building it, right? There is some paperwork, the designing part. So these things are your design. And then folks, like this is not only for SAP, this is the entire, like any project development, any software development, the process. You are doing anything in IT. You have to start from here, project preparation, business blueprint, right? And in this one, there's something called realization, right? When you are doing actual work. So think about, like if you're making a building, this is you are doing, okay, how much floors would be there, how many resources will be there, what will be the cost, what will be the timeline. Here you are doing all those blueprint, right? Like we also see in the architecture is a blueprint document. So similarly in IT also we do blueprint documentations, which is your functional design documents. Okay, how it will be implemented, how all these user stories, right, will be accommodated. That's why we are creating this document. Realizations, now you have started actual work in the system. So before that, like for each object you need functional specification, technical specification, and then based on this technical specification you do your development work. After what will happen, like once it is developed, you will not directly deploy to production system, right? There is something called testing, there will be testing, right? So in SAP,
Yes.
project preparation, business development, realizations, and final preparation. There is like noise in as for different. I'll send you the link of all to understand. But that's how the high level things, right? And then there will be go live deployment. Okay. So in a different, these are like 5 phases of SAP implementation project based on waterfall SAP methodology. SAP is what is SAP? It is accelerated SAP implementation. Okay, it's not as soon as possible. It's SAP accelerated SAP. Yeah, if you see SAP methodology, this is totally different thing. Now there is something called activate methodology. We can talk that later on. Did you get it? Right. See, in this one, what will happen after development? What will happen? There is
Testing.
something FUT, functional integration testing. Okay, and then this testing will be done by functional team. Before you do it FUT, after development, there is something called TUT. So Aniket ji, this is super important for you, right? That's what you will do in your interview. If anybody asks you like what was your role, right? To do this, what is your role? This is your functional consultant, and this is your technical consultant. Development is tech. Then TUT is also tech. So this will be your role. Writing technical specification, development of an object, and then doing TUT, technical unit testing. Once it is done, then you will hand over it to functional consultant. They will do FUT. Okay. And then once it is completed this testing, then from what is the process? From dev box will move to quality Q box. Okay. And then it comes, okay, you these things are all internally, like consulting company is doing. But once it is moved to quality box, then what will happen? Then you will give it to business, right? Ultimately, you are fulfilling business requirement, right?
Yes. Yes.
So then there will be SIT and then UAT. SIT is systems integration testing, and then UAT is user acceptance testing. Okay. So SIT is system integration testing. What will happen? So in SIT, basically your other counterpart from your like business side, right? IT team, so that will do that. And usually user acceptance testing. When everything is good, then we move from quality box to production system. So this is entire like SAP method, SAP implementation processes. Okay. Usually, if it is private cloud, it takes like 2 years. Timeline from project to live takes like 2 years. Most of the time goes in realization and final preparation. Business development is kind of like 2 to 4 months, but yeah, this takes at least like 1 year easily. Any question here, like any in any terminology? And this is across all. It's not. It doesn't matter if you are working on SAP or Oracle or Salesforce. This is the methodologies you have to do it for all software companies, right?
So,
All any project
so,
management.
so let me just interject by asking question to audience that let us say that I am a ABC company and I have hired you as a SAP consultant to implement this ERP system in my company. My company is doing a small, let's call it a, let's take a small part company. I have like, say, from the copper, I make 4 or 5 different parts for any application like wiring and all that. And so I have, of course, suppliers. I have suppliers and I have sub suppliers. And then, of course, we do manufacturing. So I have all the departments of operations, quality, specification. And then, of course, I have the customers. And so I want that whole system, that a specification which customers have, I, I want to get through SAP to our company, get them implemented in our design systems, and then need to have all the materials to make that from my supplier side so that they should also know what things we need. And then my operation team has to manufacture it, quality product, and deliver on time, just in time, whenever they need it, our customer. So if I have to do this, how would you help me? Think about it.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's your everyday life,
Mhm.
basically, as a consultant. You are somewhere in that domain doing something to help your client to fulfill their requirements. Back to you,
Yeah.
Rajeevji.
No, that's interesting, right? So think about like for any business, right? For anything, even if you are doing any function, right? Any like marriage ceremony or anything, any event management, you do the same thing. Right? Go live is your date where you are doing it, but yes, you have to make a list. You have to decide what is your cost, right? So those things are job of project manager. Right? This is like whole thing, which is who is managing everything, right? So in any project or anything, if you see, there's something called scope, right? So like Amarnathji explained, right? That was the scope. Whatever he mentioned, the business requirement, that is that scope.
I mean, I had a real situation
Mhm.
in one of the small company I was working. We had some other systems, and suddenly our company decided, it was a kind of multi places company, different things doing, that, oh, other places we have already Oracle ERP system. You guys have to implement it. So suddenly, I was heading the quality department at that time, and so naturally they came to me as that. Okay, so now here is your project. We want this to be implemented in your department. Everybody has to be trained to
Mhm.
use now, from every production employee, every salesperson, every marketing person, every engineer, everybody has to be trained in our Oracle system, how to use it for everything. All the database is now going to be your Oracle, and within a certain period of time, we have to do it. Everybody, and then we all become proficient over the time how to use it.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and that is part of like before in the final preparations also, right? They ask. So that's user training. That's another role. That is super important. You have to train users, right? How to use the system, like after UAT or before UAT, right? It's like there's something called TTT, train the trainer. Okay, but for any project, right? How do we do the project management? Scope, right? Like what are you trying to do? It will be like scope. If you see here, in scope there will be user stories, right? It's in agile methodologies or business requirement, right? So those things comes under scope. Then what will happen? I'm talking about before we start this project, right? You need to know what is in your scope, right? And then budget, cost, right? And then time, timeline. Any of these things, if you scope increase and if you keep the same timeline, what will happen? It will impact your quality, right? Or another thing, if your scope you are increasing, and if you're increasing your budget, then you are bringing more resources, then you can reduce it. But if you are keeping the same cost, same time, increasing scope, what will happen? Bad quality. If you are reducing your cost, right? You're basically, this is all resource, cost, resource, everything. So that means what will happen? Same thing. You will not be able to reach to the goal. If you are reducing your resources and then if you are keeping same time and same scope, bad quality, right? That's what will happen. That's what is the role of project manager, to look for this. Okay, and then he needs support of technical and functional person to keep it under control. Okay, so the way functional consultant, right, is dealing with business, right? So for technical person, right, so for Aniket, in your case, you will not be in direct contact with business, the company. You will be working with functional consultant. So functional consultant is your client, kind of. And if sometimes what happens, functional consultant try to understand something and then forgot something in that functional specification. Product was developed and then they found something in TUT or FUT, right? Then there is something called concept called change request. Or let's say business is saying, hey, during that workshop we found something which is not relevant now, or maybe I forgot something, now we have to add that functionality, right? So those things will come under change request. You have to control, right? That's why there's something called change control board or some, you will learn that like in project. But this is like the role, and then that's what they will talk to your interview. So tell me, Aniket, any of the business requirement that was super complex and how did you achieve it? So you have to explain what was the business requirement you got from functional specification. Right? These types of things will be for technical people interviews.
Yes.
Okay. So now let's talk about interviews. Of course, like yeah, I send you that link in the chat. You can go through all these modules, right? First, you have to think, okay, what do you want to do? Which module is more suitable for your profile? Functional, technical. If it is functional, which module, right? Based on your experience or based on your education. Like as I mentioned, FICO is super hot module, right? The RTR or FICO, but I will not advise to get into that module if you don't have accounting background. It will be difficult for you. You will not be very successful if you don't, if it is not aligned with your interest, experience, and education. Okay, there are like hundreds of different modules. So you can go through that. You can of course search it. And then nowadays, right? Chat GPT. It's like it has replaced Google, right? Chat GPT Copilot. Reach out to them, okay, based on your interest, and then get help. Okay. So and then if you want to be in SAP, or if you're looking, let's say even if you're looking for change, right? If you're or if you're looking for a job, first thing, what I will tell you, do not upload your resume into naukri.com or at LinkedIn. Okay. Go through the job profile, and then based on that, update your resume. So sometimes what happens if you are applying to hundreds of positions, and then if you are not getting any response, the problem is in your resume. You are sending that same resume for everywhere, all those jobs. I will not recommend that. So anybody who is looking for a job, right? So think about it. You see, right now it's not like any person is not looking, it's all AI. So AI is looking the keyword in your resume. If it is not there, it will not even be considered. So what is your approach for job? Like anybody, if you want to share your resume or something, I will also share with, if you can send your email IDs, I can, we have created a Google Drive where there are a couple of SAP training videos, SAP books, and sample resume, right? How you should create your sample resumes or cover letter. So let's say we go back to search for any job. Okay, just tell me what to search. I'll go to LinkedIn, and of course, it is looking based on my profile. It will give my the job and other things. Let's say anything, any search, anybody. If you want to search a job, what is your approach right now? Are you going through LinkedIn or Job Street, Naukri, or anything? Usually, I prefer like LinkedIn.
In US, it is most popular
Yeah.
website.
Yeah. What is your preferred? Anybody can chime in, and then yeah, we can talk. It's an open forum.
Sir, for AIML engineer.
Okay. AI, ML engineer. Okay, let's say artificial intelligence. Yeah, this is the artificial intelligence engineer. Okay, this is my job. Okay, let's little slow. Okay, so your resume should be based on the requirement. I'm not saying that you should drastically change your resume. What I'm saying here that like see these are the requirement here, right? Productivity lift and ROI, that is like for everywhere, right? This is KPI standards. So let me tell you my approach. Let's say for how I will approach for this job. If you are seeing my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay. So it's not only the window, that whole screen, right? So let me tell you my approach. See how many folders I have created. And in all folders, I have my resumes. For different industry, life science, med tech, like EPCI, EHS, like it's different, like chemicals. If I have to apply for chemical industry, my resume will be little different. It's not like completely, but here I will focus more on the chemical side, right? Chemical industry. Okay. So you have to focus on your chemical industry, right? Okay. This is like, see, at certain point of time, like you have completed a lot of things, right? In last 25 years. But if I am sending to, let's say, aerospace and defense company, I will not emphasize my resume on chemicals. I will put that particular industry, right? So it will start from chemicals, various companies in chemicals, and then your resume should highlight your chemical project, global chemical company, right? And then these are your things like skill sets. What are they looking? Right? EHSM, logistics, order to cash, these things. And then you have to put your clients, the dog chemicals, Trensio chemicals. So usually in my all folders, I change my clients. I change the preference based on that. Yes, of course, I have completed like a lot of clients, but yes, they were looking okay. The Dow Chemicals, the biggest company in chemical industry, Trensio Chemicals, right? It's a DuPont. So your resume should be based on the job requirement because they are not going to change the job requirement based on your resume. So we have to be flexible. So how to do that? Usually, what I do, okay,
So
and then
can you record this meeting?
and then create, go to your, use your friend ChatGPT, which is freely available. Create resume based on the job requirement. That will be your prompt. Copy paste from LinkedIn. Okay. So it says it has created everything: professional summary, core competencies, right? So based on this, right, these are the keywords as AI is looking. So in your core competency, so let's say if I have to apply for this job, which of course I will not do. I'm not AI ML engineer, but I will change my key profiles here. Right? I'll put at least 6 or 7 things from here: core competency, professional experience. I will change based on these requirements. Okay, so you have to put all keywords somewhere in your resume. So that's what your approach should be. And then whatever you are writing in your resume, create a script for your interview. Create your cover letter. I'll send you that cover letter template. Okay. So create cover letter, right? It why you are good fit for the job. Okay. Usually 90 to 95% of the time in India, we never think even about the cover letter. That's also important. Okay. All your keywords should be in your resume. And then you should not upload your naukri.com or somewhere. The reason is, let's say if that recruiter by chance find your another resume, then there will be trust issue, right? So you should not float your resume to any job site. You should create at least 10 different versions of your resume. Like where are you applying, which industry, look for that also industry, put your domain knowledge. If you don't have that knowledge, let's say sometimes if you are just looking into that AI, and then if you should not just go and then update it, right? You should know also. You have to be little manipulative over there, because see, if you are not, then you will not even get an interview call. So usually also what I also advise, go to this website. There should be something related to process. Let's say if you are applying to any chemical industry for a technical role, super technical role, right, where you don't need any of business experience, still write something, right? Let's say artificial intelligence program or anything, right? MBA essentials. So write your on your resume, right? Like export, like you have completed something from some training from Oxford or MIT or Berkeley, right? Just tell me anything, right? Just if you want to do AI courses, right? So AI, okay, so this is from MIT. Implications from business strategy. Go through these videos, okay? Update your resume in education section, and you have done something from MIT, okay? And it's a free. These courses are available free. For if you want the certifications, you have to pay something for your certifications. But all these like robotics in business, generative AI in business, machine learning in business, these are the modules. You can see all videos. You can see their questionnaires and everything. It's all free. If you want a verified certificate from MIT, you have to pass that exam, and then you have to pay nominal fee. Think about it. If you are doing something from MIT Sloan, right, that will be keyword, right? And then the same resume, like it will be huge, like it will put your huge differentiator, right, in your resume, that you have done something from MIT Sloan on artificial intelligence. What was that? Implications for business strategy, right? So for this job, for this role, if I put this course in my resume, I'll be a huge chance, right? So I will advise you to go through this, and this particular edx.org has everything, all courses, whatever you are looking, and it's a free. Okay. So these things is putting your packaging your resume, make it like beautification of your resume. Right. See, because this is the first thing which you are sending to your potential employer, right? Or yeah, so then these things will be huge differentiator. Just same resume, simple resume, sending it, that will not work. Okay. And then there is like interview preparations, like once you will get it, like for sure you will get interview call. And then I've already posted something for interview. This is also super important, right? Questions and how to answer it. So you got your resume, you have nice template, you have cover letter, and then you have everything. Okay. And then it will come for your interview. In interview, how will you approach? What will be your approach? So what usually I do or I suggest to do is to do that scripting. Okay. Interview is nothing but light, camera, and action, right? If you are doing online interviews. Okay. Like this first thing will be, okay, Aniket, tell me about yourself. So Aniket that should not see, okay, what to tell at that point of time. No, you should write it in your script in Word document. Create your Word document. I'll also send you this behavioral questions, right? There are sample answers also. You should be ready with that. Okay, it's nothing should be surprising. And see, there are a bunch of emails. So Pankaj, can you help me to note down these emails and then send it to me in WhatsApp? Maybe that will be super helpful.
Sure.
Because I don't know how to reach to this chat again. Or I will put my email ID. Then anybody can reach out to me anytime, no issues. And then you can also reach out to me on WhatsApp. At hotmail.com. Simple, easy. First name, last name at Hotmail.
Also, you should connect with him on LinkedIn. That will be the easiest.
Yeah, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn. Right, and then I'm also doing this every Saturday. I'm doing some SAP training classes. I already have a batch for 15 people. My next batch will start from 14th February. But that is for like all SAP folks. They have already attended my other sessions. But yeah, I can create another one too. That's not a problem. So
Which
what I was
module you
talking
are
about, like,
covering?
which
Hello.
one?
Sorry,
Yeah,
which
Nikhil.
module you are covering in SAP?
It's
SAP
a
course?
sustainability modules. It's very niche area. SAP sustainability, right? All those greenhouse gas, uh, carbon capture, and other things.
Is there any prerequisite for that?
No, nothing. No, no.
So, guys, you have opportunity here. He is going to train you uh, in the whole thing. So there will be a different class, not this one. This is kind of general introductory. We talk right everything, but he has another class where it will just focus on SAP training on sustainability. And how long is the course,
It will
Rajeevjee?
be like 4 weeks, 2 hours on Saturday.
Okay, so you have to have a commitment for that if
Yeah.
you want to join, and then if you are interested, please don't send everything to Rajiv. We are his kind of admin in this area. So you, if you are interested, you send it to Pankaj, and he's the coordinator, and we will put everything together for him. We want to establish a class so that he can just focus on training, and we'll put together a ready name of a student. So we are looking for your names, any of you who are interested in the next class.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Yeah. So what I was talking about, like scripting, right? Like that is super important, right? If you first thing package your resume, right? Make it like okay that anybody see your resume that this is the person I'm looking for. Like that's how it should be. Because see, you are not the so you have to compete, right? Like between like among thousands of other candidates. So you have to put something differentiator, and this edX will be a huge differentiator for you. And then as I mentioned, right, like I send you the training videos of SAP. Couple of hours you have to spend. You learn something new, right? And updated your resume. You learn from like even if you're not going to be an SAP consultant, right? But learning SAP will add value in your resume, right? Let's say somebody mentioned about Power BI, right? So Power BI is a great tool, no doubt about it. But in SAP, there is also a tool called SCA, Sustainable, not SAP Cloud Analytics. Okay, so in these videos, you can also see SCA, right? The videos which I sent you from Tech. So if you already know about Power BI, perfect. If you also add after this couple of like hours of videos SCA, and then you can also get free trial in SAP for SCA, right? Then Power BI plus SCA to solve these business issue, business problems. You have to make your own story, update your resume. If you want something from artificial intelligence or analytics course, there are a lot of analytics course from Harvard or from MIT, Stanford. Go through the EDX, learn that, update your resume, these big names, and then yeah, I'll add you in that template. You can create your own template. It's not to be specific in my format. What I do also change the colors also. Let's say that wherever you're applying, right? Just think about it like this is the only job, and then if you do not get it, you cannot survive. That should be the uh, passion. I have to get this job. Okay, and then do that, update it, and try to make your hobby to collect offer letters. Okay, so that is a great hobby, right? Like, and then you should initially, right, you should not be stuck with long time for any company, right? Because if you change your company, of course you will get at least 30%, 30% raise. And then if you like, let's say if you like that company so much, you can come again. They will send you an email, welcome back, with better salary, better opportunity, right? But if you stick there, then probably every appraisal, right, after appraisal, you'll see why I'm spending so much time in this company, right? This is something like comfort zone. So do not be in that in initial phase of your career. Okay. And then scripting is very important. I send you that link of behavioral interview. Prepare for that. Tell me about yourself is super important question, right? So just do not say that name, a place, and hobby. No, be prepared for that. And then sometimes interviewers also ask the questions. Okay, tell me, like, if you have any question for me, never say no. I don't have any questions. Be ready with at least two questions, and your questions would be the okay. What is your expectation from this particular job, or how a successful person in your company will look like, right? So those kinds of things, right? Or you can ask, okay, what is that USP, unique selling propositions of your company, right? So they like these types of questions. Any questions or anything? Shyam ji, Aniket ji, Amit ji, any questions?
Sir, I must say it's a very helpful for me also. Like earlier, I worked for as a consultant in PwC with agriculture department in Bihar, Department of Agriculture, and I'm now in agriculture education department, but I work as a project coordinator. Okay, so by like different companies earlier from Dexian, PwC, and now in Globus IT. And as soon the project got ever over, I required a job and I need to move. So I learned some skills, and this is a very helpful because I know basics about Power BI and SQL, and some in when I working in Dexian, they also gave me classes of Salesforce also, so little bit of knowledge about Salesforce too. So this really helps me, and you give me a path where we can learn the YouTube SAP. So definitely I'll go
Yeah.
through it once, and I'll be back in next week, and definitely I'll give you some Hemsworth. So it definitely help in my careers also, sir. And thank you so much for this. And that's also from my side.
Yeah. So this is like if you want to read SCA trial version, it's available free. Right?
Sir,
Try SAP, choose your product, right? So these things you can do that.
sure, sir,
Okay.
sure.
Yeah. And then yes, as I explained, right? Interview process, like see, interview process, you will go, that is next process, right?
Yeah, that's
But
the
to
next
reach
process,
there,
sir. First, I learn, and then you are here to guide, definitely. And anytime you guys
yeah.
are very awesome, really thankful. But let me learn, and this is very good platform I'm having, and I fortunate to I get this platform because I needed this one, sir. After our office work, if we give 1 or 2 hours, it helps our careers growth, sir. So really
Yeah,
awesome, sir.
it's
Thank you so much.
investment.
Yes, sir.
Investment in you, right? Investment in you, where you want to do, right? Like that's what you want to do. See, we have only one life, right? So think about it. You have to manage it by yourself, right? Nobody will tell you to grow in your career, and nobody's, your managers will not do that, right? Will not create a career path for you. You have to define your own career path, right? Where do you
Yes.
want to do, right? And then yes, and then never got demotivated like if you are rejected from any interview. Okay, make your habit to collect offer letters, right? Hey, I have to reach there, right? So think about it. And then while making your career path, right? Let's say if you're not achieving, then also there should be like reward and punishment for you. So think about that in your mind. Like, okay, if I'm not achieving this, like I plan something, if I'm not able to do, probably one day I will not go into Facebook on my mobile, kind of. Right? So yeah, or not watch TV. But if I do that, right? And then see, learning is it's always like it should be in your path, like at least like as you mentioned, 1 hour or 30 minutes for your career development, right? We should at least do something for ourselves, like 30 minutes to do something. All right, spend 30 minutes. Like if whoever is looking for a job or changing, I will tell you, spend at least 30 minutes on LinkedIn. And what will you do in LinkedIn? First thing, wherever you want to go, right? Let's say if you want to go to Microsoft, Accenture, wherever you want to go, okay? Read all the news about that company. Add at least 50 people in your LinkedIn from that company, okay? And then let's say for Vibhuti ji, right? If you want to go to, let's say, sustainable building projects, okay? Go and search for the news, okay? Share that link on LinkedIn, and then with your own thoughts. If that thought is not coming into your mind, get help from ChatGPT. Just put that prompt, okay, LinkedIn message, I want to do this LinkedIn message about this news. ChatGPT will give you some ideas. Take it, post it, share it, right? So what will happen? People will start noticing you. Right? Okay, this guy is writing blogs or something on sustainable building projects, right? So then people will start looking, because you have already added those folks in your LinkedIn, right? So every day they will know, okay, there is some Vibhuti Jha who is working on these things. So spend some like 30 minutes or like even on a weekend to post at least 2 or 3 messages or 2 or 3 news in your LinkedIn every week. If you want to change and then it won't take much time, right? Just ChatGPT is doing anything for you. ChatGPT or Copilot, you utilize these platforms.
Right, sir. And sir, I just have few questions related to uh, whatever field I want to go in. Like, I just want to get a job in Middle East, because generally Middle East companies prefer Indian civil engineer. So I have surface level knowledge of like whatever videos I watched on X and few of the YouTube playlist regarding related to sustainable building construction. So can I mention that skill, because I have only surface level of knowledge. I don't know about the depth level of knowledge. So please share your perspective on
Yeah.
my
So think
thought.
about it. So your goal should not be go to Middle East. Your goal should be to reach out to any company, right? And you find your employer. So create a list. So what I will do,
Mm-hmm.
like if I have to do that, I'll create an Excel spreadsheet. Okay. And then I
Or
will write
okay.
name of all those companies where you want to go into Middle East. Let's say Aramco, ADNOC, right?
Mm-hmm.
These are the companies, big companies in Middle East, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
all these companies are spending a lot of money on sustainability. Right? ADNOC is Abu
Okay.
Dhabi. Aramco is biggest oil company, right? Oil and gas company. So create a list. Let's say 10 companies where you want to go. Okay, and
Okay.
then try to go to their website. Go to their websites.
Mm-hmm.
Learn their sustainability. Download their sustainability report. Okay, you will see a lot of
Okay.
names over there, right? Who has created this sustainability report?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go to LinkedIn. Search those names. Add those folks. Okay,
Okay.
add a recruiter of that company, okay, and then
Mm-hmm.
at least 50 more people in your LinkedIn profile for all those 10
From that
companies whatever
company.
you have listed, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and then look for the job requirement, okay, and let's say if
Mm-hmm.
there's something called like ESG reporting, then go to EDX, go to some courses, update your resume, okay, and in between, right, let's say if you are working that, okay, you have a 3 months goals, so within that 3 months, right, first month reaching out to those folks on LinkedIn, and then started posting, like I just told you, anything related to
Mm-hmm.
oil and gas industry, Middle East, like they are spending a lot of money on AI, right? So go through those
Mm-hmm.
news and then start posting on your LinkedIn with your own thoughts. That is important.
Okay.
Okay. And then if those folks are accepting your invite, send a note messages, right? In messages.
Oh, personal note, right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Personal notes, and then say that you are super impressed with their thoughts in the sustainability report.
Mm-hmm.
send a message, okay, and then build your network, know them, like they should know by your name, right? And then later on, look for the resume, and then if they are replying, you can also try to get their time. Let's say 30 minutes call or something. They will have anybody like, yeah, they will try to help you. But if it is not, that's fine too. But let's say if you are trying to 50 people, at least one people will respond to you with your like the timing thing. You can set up a call. Hey, I'm super impressed. I want to. Would you like to be my mentor? Kind of thing. And
Okay.
then you have that relationship. Then send your resume to that person. Then it's like, yeah, they would
Mm-hmm.
love to refer you into their company. There's something also a referral bonus, right?
Internal.
Yeah,
Oh, right.
make a
Mm-hmm.
make a roadmap for that. I think we have,
Okay, so first thing,
yeah, yeah. Create your Excel
got
spreadsheet.
got
Start
it,
from there.
sir. So first thing is to make a list of companies where I want to go.
Yeah. So see, goal should be, if you are making any goal, there is something called SMART, specific,
Mm-hmm.
measurable, right? Like you can analyze like those things, right? So it should not be
Right.
vague that I want to go over there. No, that is not your goal. You cannot make a goal for that, right? You have to identify companies, which role you want to go, why it is aligned with your career profile,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then yeah,
Also, I would say that on the LinkedIn, when you are looking for, say, any company, you'll find tons of Indians there, right? Already who are working in that company. So do the kind of cold call, like cold email. Try to connect with them and figure out some as much as information you can get from different people. You never know which door will open for you.
absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I told you, like, yes,
Sure,
reach out to
sure.
all the 50 people, right, in your connections who is working there. Message them, because you're not losing anything, right? If they are not responding, that's fine. You need one,
Right, sir.
right? Percentage. You need
Exactly.
one job, one in company, right? You cannot do like 10 different jobs in 10 different companies at the same time, right? So get that
Right,
response,
sir.
and then it's all like humans, right? So of course they will connect with you, and
And
especially
Rajiv, sir,
right.
I have
Use.
Mhm. And Rajiv sir, I have one more question. Is SAP sustainability is related to sustainable construction, or it is a like some another domain? Carbon
Yeah,
capture and
in the construction industry, right? Think about it.
Mhm.
What do you do in that construction? You manage inventory, right?
Right, and to use the recyclable material and
Right.
another thing. Haha.
Waste
Mhm.
management. Recyclable is
Right,
one thing.
right.
Waste management,
Mhm.
water
Mhm.
management, land
Right.
management, right? Utilities.
Mhm.
So all these things, like SAP has different modules for this. Like this is something called SCT, which I'm starting from 14th of February, specifically on these topics. SCT is Sustainability Control Tower, which covers your water
Mhm.
management, waste management, land management, inventory, and then doing that ESG reporting.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, we recently did that one project for ADNOC, Abu Dhabi National Oil Corporation. Okay. And see here, Priyanka ji just joined.
Yes. Hello, sir.
Hey, hello. Hi.
Glad I've been hearing you, and it was quite informative. Thank you for this. But I missed the entire session, which I'm planning to join. I guess you conduct it every Sunday, right?
That's correct.
So,
Yes.
will I be using the same link for the next Sunday session also?
Yes.
Okay, great. One is that. Second,
Also,
I come with. Yes, sir.
sorry. Also, just want to add that we'll be just posting this recording of this meeting right after this. You can search on the YouTube, Mithila Digital World Family. That is the name of our organization.
Okay.
So you can find this video as well as his previous videos also. You just look at the different dates,
Okay.
and so yes. Thank you.
And
Back to you.
so, quickly, few questions top of my mind is so do you guys train people on SAP?
Yes, I have a separate batch for SAP training. It's all voluntarily, right? Yes. But I
Okay,
usually take an interview like why people want to go for SAP, right? If I see
okay,
that which is aligned with their skill sets. But what I
Okay.
also provide, like will provide you all training videos of
Mm-hmm.
SAP training, not all modules. I just posted that in the chat window also. So
Okay.
this, like, yeah, it's like all 100
So is this
training
something that you
videos.
have a WhatsApp group where we can constantly look into what you're doing?
Yes, yeah. We have
Also,
WhatsApp group also. Yeah,
how
also
do
have a
we
Google
get
Drive.
added to it?
Yeah. So if you can ping your email ID, I will add you in a Google Drive also, where we have training videos like resume templates, cover letter templates, how to prepare for interviews, right? SAP
Okay.
interviews. And then, yeah, as Amarnath ji was saying, right? Like we have all those videos. Like today we discussed about the whole SAP methodologies, right? For
Okay.
any company, like what do we do in the gap analysis, right? RISEF objects, what are the different phases, right? What is the role for functional consultant and technical consultant?
Okay.
So those things we discussed. But yeah,
So,
if you are specific module in your
and
mind.
yeah, so I'll tell you a brief about myself. I just dropped my mail ID
Mhm.
on the
Yes, we see
message.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great. So I'll also connect with both of you. I come with a lot of experience, and I am an HR I was in a real estate firm in India for 11 and a half years. If you have heard of Prestige Group in India. Uh, and I have also done a lot of SAP implementation here.
Okay.
Okay, I've done from an HR standpoint. I've not gone into process implementation, but I did a whole of HR SAP HR implementation here in real
Mhm.
estate. So which is also close to how it would happen in any other IT organization because it's a HR, it's a functional process implementation. Uh, Definitely there are certain changes that happens on based on the industry and all. Um, but I never did a
Yeah.
certification, and right now I'm in a transition phase of my career also
Mhm.
because you come with a lot of experience and all. So I was also thinking of, why not SAP? I've done functionally, I've worked on it. So I would want to have a separate, conversation with you and Amar sir, or either of you, however you want to take it up. Like, how do I kind of look into something like that? And I'm also interested in the Middle East market. I took up a job with an airlines company in UAE, that is Air Arabia. I'm sure you would have heard of Air
Mhm.
Arabia. And but I left them. It was in core HR as an HR VP. And now I'm like, I've taken a break because of my personal reasons. My dad passed away, and so there were certain changes in the personal life and all. So now I want to kind of, this transition phase. I want to kind of figure out what will take me there. So can I have a
Mhm.
discussion with you separately and not in a forum like this where a lot of people are
Yeah, yeah,
there who
yeah.
would also
So
be.
yes, you can reach out to me. We can connect on LinkedIn for sure. And then for you, right? Like, so you're part of a HCM or Success Factor?
Success factors, SAP.
Success Factor. Oh, perfect. So Success Factor itself, right? It's a very success. Like, yeah, it is useful, and then there are a lot of opportunities in Success Factor itself, right? And then if you have done your certifications, like you just have to upgrade yourself for Success Factor. But
Yes,
there are a
I
couple
would
of
want to
other things.
talk to you about it where I think I might be lacking because I was in HR in my organization. I was heading talent. I did not go for certification because I was doing the implementation with our implementation partners,
Mhm.
PwC and all, right? So functionally, I was heading lot of modules like goals, performance management, CPM,
Mhm.
learning,
Yeah.
lot of other things. So I'm like, right now I need some guidance and hand holding in terms of, what can what can be done with the kind of experience I have and how do I enhance and upskill myself if it is required and
Mhm.
land in something which will help me.
Yeah, yeah.
So
No, absolutely. So there are like two things, right? Like if you see here, let me see. These are the video courses, like all SAP courses are there, right? Like just you just name it. And then here it's
okay.
also there's something called So this real estate management,
Okay.
full course for SAP, right? Flexible real estate management. So this is the one thing which you can do. You don't have to be expert in this particular area, but since you have worked on real estate market, right?
Yes,
So you
sir.
can mention that like yes, you have utilized these types of systems apart from success factor,
Mm-hmm.
because this is super niche area,
Okay. Flexible
right?
real
There
estate
you will
management. Yeah.
say any consultants on like in real estate management in SAP,
Hmm.
right? So you'll have like added advantage of success factor and then this particular one. So there are like 7 hours of videos
Okay.
uh, with this one. And then as I was talking to Vibhuti ji for real estate, right? So
Mm-hmm.
there's sustainable building concept
Mm-hmm.
for all data centers. They're like all big companies are spending a huge amount of money in their
Mm-hmm.
data center, right? So there is a course in edX. Let me go to edX for sustainable building. The smart cities for sustainable development. This is more kind of with real estate thing, right? So little bit of this flavor with your SAP experience, you can create your, like, your own story in your resume,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then go through these videos, right? Like smart cities for sustainable development. Then see, this is are upcoming areas, right? Like this will be huge. There will be huge opportunity in this particular area,
Hmm.
right? Uh, the sustainability thing is huge, right?
Yeah.
And then we
And
talk
it's
about
the
like ESG.
most upcoming thing.
Yeah, and then see about it ESG, right? Environment, social and corporate governance,
Yeah.
right? So for ESG, this whole corporate governance, the data comes from success factor,
Hmm.
right? So if you will see, there is like there is one module also which you can do. Couple of, yeah, you can, let's say SAP SCT. I'm actually starting this course from 14th. SCT, Sustainable Control Tower, SAP Sustainability Control Tower.
Okay.
Okay, you can also get a trial version. You can just try. You can get a 30 days of trial version also from SAP. So if you
Mm-hmm.
see this data, these things are coming like success factor is a huge component. Like from success factor, we are getting this data.
Okay.
Okay, so you can put your resume. I think what I will advise you, couple of your resume, different versions of your resume. That one could be in your ESG area because you have success factor background.
Yeah.
If you will just look into these videos, right, you can visualize, right, from where data is coming.
Hmm.
The another thing could be your real estate experience with RFX, right? This particular module, whichever. Uh, so that is another area, right, which you can look at, and it's there in the. Just one second. Let me send you that link for this particular course if you're looking. Mm, Copy, and then I'll put it here. So a couple of areas, right? You can explore sustainable building, ESG reporting,
Okay.
then real estate or success factor itself.
Mm-hmm.
You can create like 4 different resumes. You can start looking into the job market. I can help you to update your resume.
Sure, sir.
Okay. And then how to approach, like we also discussed in this call about to creating resume, how to utilize chat GPT or copilot
Mm-hmm.
to write resume based on your job requirement.
Okay.
If your resume is there somewhere in any job portal, please remove it. Right, because there should not be conflicting with two
Multiple.
different
Yeah.
resumes,
Yeah.
right? So that's what I also advise, like not float your resume. Always send your resume for a specific job role,
Okay.
right? And then you can get the help of ChatGPT to create your resume.
Yeah.
Not the whole resume, the section, right? Because nowadays AI will be the will actually will sort your resume,
Yeah.
right? If you
The
few
ATS.
keywords
Yeah.
based on your job requirement is not there in your resume, resume itself will not be shortlisted.
True. So, but I would also like to connect separately once, I'll write to you on the mail ID which has been given to me.
Okay,
And might be if you can spare some time, then I'll take a more pointed feedbacks from you and start.
that's fine. Yes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Well, we went pretty well, almost 2 hours today. So thank you everybody for participating, and I see many emails. So we are going to create a database, and I'll send all the emails which you guys have sent to Rajeevjee so that he has it at one place. I would also encourage all of you to send us the phone number if you like, so that we can put it in our database. And any communication if you want to do with us, you can do it individually, like on SAP with Rajeevjee. But in general, you can send us email at mithladigitalworldfamily@gmail.com. I have also listed it here, so you can see that. And look forward to seeing you, I guess, Rajeevjee, next
Yeah.
time. You
Yeah.
are done for today? Yeah. Okay. So it's great. And thank you, everybody. Pankaj, please stay